everyone to the e-commerce plan for the Khaykery. My teammates and I, we have put together this comprehensive plan to show you the value that we can add to the Khaykery. So before we begin, let me ask you this. Have you ever craved the taste of Filipino sweetness? Maybe you've heard of their Sylvanas. Um, and I'm sure you've wished you could easily get this sweet dessert from the comfort of your own home, right? I welcome you today as we dive into that fantasy and make it a reality. Welcome to the vision of the Cakery's enhanced e-commerce presence. So the Cakery was established in 2019 and their main product is their Sylvanas. And that's one of their biggest strengths actually. So leading from that, you can get the opportunities. So the opportunities that arise from these strengths is that they can integrate an e-commerce platform onto their website because right now their website just has information. There's no way to buy anything from their website. So we will go into that in the marketing plan of how we can help her best optimize her website. From the industry trends, we have social media engagement and community interaction, cultural celebration and representation. Also, influencers play a big part in the industry right now, along with online customer reviews and testimonials. My colleague Rabia will go through the key objectives.
Hi everyone, my name is Rabia, and we came up with some smart goals for smart objectives for the Cakery to follow. For example, some of them I'll share with you. For example, within the next month, we advise her to start a digital marketing campaign to advertise seasonal menu and boost online interaction. Seasonal menu can include Christmas-inspired flavors for her unique selling point product, which is the Sylvanas. She can add gingerbread flavor or anything inspired by the Christmas and holiday season. Other than that, she can implement a loyalty program for her customers to increase customer retention by 15% over the course of the following 6 months. Also, she can do within the next 2 months, she can introduce something like a baker's choice box, which can be in like an assortment of her products or different flavors of the Sylvanas. Um, to this would increase upselling and cross selling, and this would increase her revenue by 10%. Other than that, she can do joint ventures by nearby coffee shops or cafes, and to increase her brand awareness and brand visibility. Or also, she can reach a larger customer base if she sells her product at other cafes as well. Um, Lastly, she can take part in local food festivals like the Vancouver Christmas Market, especially in the holiday season. She can really increase her brand awareness um, by a large percentage if she goes to these food festivals. So talking about the target market, we have divided it into three sections. There's Filipino expatriates, students and transit users, and food bloggers. So I think that's very self-explanatory because this is a Filipino dessert bakery shop. Filipino expatriates feel like there's a part of their home, and they can really experience like a taste of Philippines in Vancouver. So that is why they're the biggest target market for biggest share of the target market of the cakery. Other than that, there are students and transit users. These are also a big share because the cakery has vending machines in various SkyTrain stations all around Metro Vancouver. So they make it very easily accessible to everyone, especially students who take a lot transit. Lastly, we have food bloggers. Especially, we're talking about Filipino food bloggers with a Filipino background. They're a big target market because of the Sylvanas, and this really because the audience of the food bloggers is they have a large audience, so this can really increase the brand awareness for the cakery. That's it from me. I'll pass it over to Jean. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabia. Now let's talk about the tactics. The tactics that we actually thought of is social media, the website, and influencers. For the channels, we have the Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and then we're leveraging her website as a form of blogging. The next is for the influencers. We know that there is a good opportunity to leverage the influencers, especially if they are from the Philippines or if they're already exposed here in Vancouver. For the tactics we have here, the campaign objective is to actually the target audience and also have credibility from the audience or past consumers. Next slide, please. Now we have here the media plan. For the media plan, we have created here a budget, all throughout budget, the impressions, the buying unit, and also the ad format for each channels. For TikTok, we see here that it's spread out across the 4 months, the duration of 4 months. And then for Facebook and Instagram, they're sort of allocating towards each other because everyone is using Instagram. Everyone should is using Facebook when it comes to connecting with their friends or their family. For the influencers, it's more of targeting the seasonal of December and also January. This is to create some form of connection with the target audience and also to create exposure during the holiday season. If you look down on the influencer campaign plan, we see here one of the influencers actually Tiffy Cooks. Tiffy Cooks is one of the Filipino influencers here in Vancouver. She is well known. She has at least 1.3 million subscribers. And we do believe that if we leverage and collaborate with Tiffy Cooks, she can actually reach out to Filipino expatriates here in Vancouver, and as well as she can spread it out to not just Filipino but also other target audience. The next influencer is Five Tiger. She is a nano influencer, but if you look at the plan, we have on the language column that there's a Mandarin and English. So we want to target not just the Filipino, but also we want to target the audience that are already here in Vancouver, which is a multicultural diversity. And a lot of that are Chinese or Cantonese or Mandarin speakers. If you go to the next slide, please. Now we have the social media monthly campaign calendar. If you look on TikTok, it's actually scheduled for every Saturday, every weekend, because we do know that we want to see that on a weekly basis. How is the performance on TikTok for Silvana's campaigns? Also, let's see here that there's one example that it's do it with my mom, which a hashtag, and it could go on for 1 week, and it'll actually push onto their For You page. For Instagram, we want it to be all week because then we can see that there's a lot of repeated consumers, a lot of repeated audience rather, that keeps looking at her posts. And for Facebook, we want to leverage that. We want to push Silvana's products as one of the for one of the campaigns. And every Friday, we want to kind of mix it up a bit of all of her products. Next slide, please. For the SEO and PPC plan, we have here a campaign. We want to make sure that it's targeting, it's driving traffic on her website. That's why we have the keyword for authentic Filipino sweets because that's our target audience, the Filipinos. And then for the campaign one, we have the Silvana's Indulgence. We want to focus on Silvana's her product because we know that this is very authentic and it's very different and it's diverse and it will create such curiosity to other consumers. The next campaign is the customized cakes because we want to spread out that Khaykery doesn't just focus on one product. She can actually customize cakes. She can offer a varieties of desserts. The next slide, please. For the creative sample, we have here the season for Christmas. We have also Silvana's Valentine. So these creative samples are samples for the occasional campaigns. Also, we have here the Kabayan Alert because one of our target audience is actually Filipino expatriates. So we want to have more of that Filipino community, that Filipino consumers in the Khaykery traffic. The next slide, please. For creative sample as well, we have here TikTok. We have the Silvana's combo, sing the Silvanas, and also if you look at it, there's a mom and daughter dancing because we want to incorporate that the Filipino culture is actually family oriented. We want to have that vibe and that mood to our consumers. Kabayan Alert as well with the ube flavor Silvanas, and then the chiffon cake ube flavor, and also after the last creative sample is the order now we deliver. Is that we want the consumer to know that she doesn't just pick it up from her store. She can also deliver. She can target other consumers, not just the Filipino expats, but for food bloggers that actually wants to try her products. Next slide. Now, for the website sample, we've created this website through Shopify. This is just to see how clean and visible the pricing is because on her website right now, it doesn't show any pricing and it creates such curiosity, such mistrust from other consumers. So we want to show the pricing. We want the consumers to navigate easily on her website. And so this is the one of the website sample.
So moving on to the implementation plan, before the official launch, we would need to make website improvements, e-commerce integration, content creation, and the overall marketing plan with SEO optimization. And when we do have a launch, we will also have to have user testing to make sure that the user experience and the customer journey is fully mapped out. For KPIs, we can track social media ad campaigns, SEO optimization through click-through rates and organic traffic for SEO optimization. For website optimization, we can track it through page load time and conversion rates as well. for influencer campaign is pretty straightforward. We can track their engagement rates on this influencer platform. We can also track them through the conversion rate. So that's like each unique link from the influencer that gets them to the website. We can track that as well. And that is it for our presentation. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, now is the time to ask.